Canada is notorious for very high-priced plane tickets. A lot of geography, smaller population doesn't help. But the airlines themselves are often criticized as well. Now, WestJet is calling on the federal government to cut the fees that it imposes on airlines. CTV's Kathy Lee has more from Calgary.
The high cost of flying in Canada isn't sitting well with passengers.
Insane. It's insane.
WestJet says it's trying to make it more affordable, announcing future plans to add more seats in the back of some of its bigger planes.
Our MAX 8 airplanes, for instance, currently they have 174 seats, so we'll take this to 180. They actually have the space that you can, take a little bit legroom away and, compensate it with slimmer seats and then still add another row.
I'm a big guy, so anything about smaller seats is not very appealing to me.
For me, that wouldn't be much of a problem.
But WestJet claims more seats means cheaper airfare.
If you want a cheap flight, then it comes at the sacrifice of some comfort.
The airline's strategy is just one of the measures to address high airline tickets. The company is also asking the federal government to review the current way airport maintenance and projects are paid for, which is by the passengers through fees then tacked onto airfares. WestJet wants a freeze to the fees until the review is complete.
There are fees that are being charged to the passengers, ultimately through the ticket, that are not just paying the infrastructure, but they are also funding the federal budget.
Well, this aviation expert believes the user pay model should be overhauled.
Somebody's going to pay for the airports. Somebody's going to pay for the runways. Somebody's going to pay for parking lots and expansion of the terminals. Who pays for that?
Canadian airports also pay about $500 million in rent to Transport Canada every year, a bill WestJet says should stop and be redirected.
Debt repayment to get that debt down, under control, sustainability, there's quality improvements, the list goes on and on.
As to how to change the user pay model, WestJet says there are many options but doesn't have concrete ideas yet, but says it has to work for Canadians. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Calgary.